So you hear a song for the first time and straight away you realise that it's an absolute banger. It's so good, in fact, that you decide to play it again and again and again. And by the end of the day, you are literally sick of it because you've played it like 20 times or something ridiculous like that. You've had it on repeat. You've literally ruined this song for yourself because you played it so many times. Now, why exactly am I telling you that? Well, the thing is, right, it's not just about music, okay? There's more to this. This is like a metaphor for life, right? If you constantly have instant gratification and you constantly just do all the fun things in life, you're going to get bored of it. You're going to get sick of it, right? Just a similar, let me give you a similar example, okay? When you play GTA, for example, and you get all the cheat codes, right? You've got everything. You've got all the money in the world. You've got all the fancy sports cars. You've got all the nice villas. It becomes boring, doesn't it? You know, when you've got all the nice weapons, right? And everyone's got the same stuff. Everyone's, just cheating, right? It's fun at first, maybe for the first 5 minutes, but it gets boring really quickly. And that's because you're not working for it, right? You're not earning it as a reward. There's no fulfillment there. It's happiness. It's instant happiness, but it doesn't last, right? And it's the same thing, if you drink every day, it gets boring. If you're drunk every day, you eventually just drink for the sake of it. You drink to feel normal. It's no longer a high, is it? You don't feel fun. The same as watching a TV series. If you watch every single episode one after the other and you binge watch them, it almost becomes like a chore. But you feel like you've committed to it now, so you have to keep watching them. It's kind of a weird thing. I don't know why that happens. But, for me, for example, I remember I was about 18 or 19, and at the time I was at sixth form, and I was studying 3 different subjects. I think it was business, media studies, and ICT, and they were coursework subjects, so they were pretty piss easy, to be honest. I didn't have to do any exams or anything like that. But because of that reason, I had so much time. And what I would do is I would finish sixth form at about 1 p.m. I'd come home because I'd have like a free lesson or something like that. I'd come home, I'd sit my ass down on the sofa in the living room downstairs, and I would go straight onto my phone. I'd go straight onto Netflix, and I would watch Prison Break. And I'm not joking you, I watched Prison Break the entire season, or the entire series, like every single season. I think there's 5 seasons. I watched it in about a week and a half. I was watching about 10 to 15 episodes every single day. So I almost became absorbed by my screen. I was living in Prison Break. I was living in a world of Prison Break, pretty much. And like I was saying, I remember watching it, and I wasn't even enjoying the episodes by the end of it. I was just kind of on a mission because I told myself, I've started it, got to complete it now, and I wasn't actually getting any fun out of it. I wasn't looking forward to the episodes like I would have been if I'd waited for them and I'd actually had them and watched them as a reward in terms of just watching them on demand. And this is a real thing, isn't it? Like you must have experienced something like this. Everybody has, right? Essentially, when things are so easily accessible, life is boring. Okay, life's supposed to be difficult. There's supposed to be challenges. And that's how you achieve fulfillment. When you actually work for something, that's when you really feel fulfilled. That's when you really feel enlightened. It's when you've put in the effort and then you might have got a reward at the end of it. And I'm all for rewards. I'm not saying you need to live like a monk and constantly dedicate yourself to work and, grind constantly, because I think that's bullshit, mate. Like, at the end of the day, life's for living, isn't it? And you've got to have some fun. I think an absolute amazing goal is to be disciplined 95% of the time. And I know I've mentioned that on this channel before, but if you're new, you wouldn't have heard me say that. But essentially, I really believe that you want to be disciplined 95% of the time. Stick to your goals, work hard, grind. 5% of the time, mate, just have a good time. Go easy on yourself. Enjoy the fruits of your labour. Nobody wants to live like a monk. Unless you're a monk. Not many people want to live like a monk, right? I know I don't want to live like that. I quite enjoy having a bit of fun. I enjoy earning my reward after sacrificing myself and working hard. That's how I think life's supposed to be lived. And when you're constantly repeating songs, when you're constantly playing episodes of Prison Break, and when you're constantly playing games and you don't actually earn that, life gets boring, it gets stagnant. that's when you feel depressed, you get low because you're not working towards things. And specifically for men, we're genetically created to work for things. That's how we are. Regardless of whether you agree or not, that's how we're made. That it's within our DNA to work hard. That's how it's supposed to be. And you can say that's unfortunate or not. I think it's something to be grateful for. So make sure you use it, man. Like, use that. It's a gift. It really is. And just think about it, okay? Most things are enjoyed more when they're earned. Okay, so every now and then have a break from instant gratification. You know, do a dopamine detox. And I know the science says that dopamine detoxes aren't real. They don't actually affect your brain or whatever. But quite frankly, I don't give a shit about the science, bud. I've done dopamine detoxes myself in the past, and they are fantastic. You know, so during a dopamine detox, you could do, you know, a 24-hour one. You could do a 48-hour one. You know, 1 day, 2 day, 3 days. It doesn't really matter. You know, you've got to experience it for yourself. And during these dopamine detoxes, you just set yourself some rules. So you might say, I'm not gonna watch this. I'm not gonna listen to music. I'm not gonna scroll through Instagram. I'm not gonna drink any alcohol. I'm not gonna smoke any weed for this period of time. And then you stick to it. And you abstain from doing this instant gratification stuff. And afterwards, you can indulge a little bit because you've earned it, right? And I'm not saying, you know, go and just completely ruin and jeopardize all your hard work, but just enjoy a small slice of the cake. And I think that's a great way to live life. And I think that's what self-improvement is. I don't agree with the entire grind culture. You've got to smash out this, smash out that. You know, you can't do this. Like, mate, honestly, fuck that shit, mate. Because the people that are telling you that, I'm telling you now, they don't live like that. They just don't. Right? It's all a facade. I don't know. It's a load of bullshit. Enjoy yourself every now and then. Enjoy a slice of cake, right? But more importantly, believe you can, and you're more than halfway there, pal. Get my free diet plan, by the way. It's in the description below. You're going to get huge. Good man.